Hey, it's Rick from All Things Florida, eating the food so you don't have to. And this time, this food report is actually Satu'li Canteen, the kid meals. Now, it opens on May 27th, 2017 at Pandora in Animal Kingdom, Disney's Animal Kingdom. And I was able to go during a sneak preview for pass holders. And I did what probably nobody should have done, but I did it anyway, and I did it for you. I ordered all three kid meals. I went with a kid who's a very finicky eater. My wife is sort of finicky, but she was fine. She ordered the chicken bowl, with kale and spinach bowl. It's like a salad bowl, and I went with, let me just get all three kid meals. And I figured my son will eat one of them. I don't know which one because it's really a potluck type situation, a toss up here, and I would eat what's left. So I actually did sample all three kid meals, and it's the cheeseburger steam bod, which is basically a bao bun with the innards of, basically it's like minced ground beef with the flavors of a burger, a cheese quesadilla, and an all beef hot dog wrapped in a dough, which is it calls Parker House dough, but I'll get to that in a second. Now, obviously, the signature item, the one item that everyone's gravitating to, is that funky-looking cheeseburger steamed pod. Now, it's actually it's just a steamed bun, a bao bun. So it tastes like dough, but it's steamed, so it's not baked, and it has a very doughy consistency. It's very fluffy. At least I've seen the pictures of it, and in the pictures I've seen, it looks like there's a lot of meat in it. The one I got was a lot of bun. So if you have you're trying to avoid carbs, or you have a kid that's trying to avoid carbs, or you feel that just a weird dough texture may be a problem, that could be an issue with this cheeseburger steam pod. Now, when I ordered it, there's no way to customize what it comes with. And basically, it's ground beef, ketchup, mustard, pickle, and cheddar cheese. And this is actually served inside of it. And when you open it up, you don't see any of that because it sort of just looks like chili meat. It's just the flavors are all baked into the ground beef and the sauce that's there. So it actually does. You don't see a pickle, but you taste the pickle. You don't see the mustard, but you taste the mustard. And there's definitely cheese in there. You just can't really see it. So if your kid is the type that may just see it and go, "Hey, this looks sort of like Sloppy Joe," and just chow down, go for it. Again, it does not look like a conventional hamburger patty, which could be an issue, but it does have all those textures in it. So if you have a kid that likes their burgers plain and will freak out at the sight of ketchup or mustard or pickles or cheese, this is not going to be a good item for you because you cannot just customize items out of this. Unfortunately, you can order a customized burger, kids meal burger, anywhere else, but as far as this, since it's already pre-made, pre-potted, I guess, you cannot. And my son took one bite out of it, thought it was okay, then took a second bite and got to the actual meat part of it, and that's when he said, "No mas, no more." He just gave up at that point. The other item is a cheese quesadilla, and this is actually the safest bet. It's the one that he devoured. It was actually his choice. He actually ate half of the hot dog too, but he ate the quesadilla, just wolfed it up. And he's a fan of quesadillas. This is simple. It's cheddar and mozzarella blend in a regular tortilla. There's nothing funky about it. It's exactly what you think it is, and it worked for him. It's like two small quesadilla, folded quesadillas make up the cheese quesadilla meal. And then finally we get the all beef hot dog wrapped in dough. And now this is you think of like if you go to Einstein Bagel, that they have that bagel wrapped hot dog, or a big pig in a blanket, or if you've ever made croissant dogs at home where you actually take the croissant rolls, Pillsbury croissant rolls, and roll them around hot dogs, it's sort of similar to this. There's also Auntie Annie's has those pretzel dogs, so it's just basically a hot dog that's wrapped in dough. One thing to keep in mind with this is that this dough, this Parker House dough, has a little sweetness to it. I don't know exactly what goes into the dough, what makes the Parker House dough, this phyllo dough, what it is, but it is a little sweeter, at least the outer crust. The hot dog itself, it's a nice, good size all beef hot dog. He didn't have a problem with it, and he enjoys hot dogs. He just gave up because he just called them it was more appealing to him. Now, all three of the kid meals, they come with a side of, it's basically, just think they're Terra chips. They're called vegetable chips, but just, if you go to the supermarket, you see those Terra chips. That's essentially what it is. It's like basically fried cassava, sweet potato, I don't know what all those things are in those Terra chips, but it's very earthy chips, and a side of grapes. And the default drink is a bottle of water, but you can also get milk, or you can also get a small cup for soda. And the cup for sodas can be actually, refilled as often as you want. So it doesn't matter that it's a small cup. You can just keep going back to the machine. So that was all three things. Now, again, if your kid's a finicky eater and you think, oh, burger's going to be from, be careful because it may not be, he may not want it. Cheese quesadilla is, you can't miss with it. It is exactly what it thinks it is. It's the same quesadilla you get just about anywhere. Nothing fancy about it. The cheddar mozzarella is an odd blend of cheeses for a quesadilla, but if your kid is fine with that, it's the sharpness of the cheddar and the softness of the mozzarella balance out into a nice smooth cheese. I think that's really the safest bet. It's definitely easy and it's exactly what it is. And the hot dog is cool. And if your kid doesn't mind the sweetness of the bun, at least the sweetness on the outside of the bun, it's actually a pretty good value. A lot of meat in that hot dog, and they all come with drinks, which actually work out pretty well since the drinks are about $3, so it's almost half the price of the meals are just in those drinks. The regular size drinks that you're getting smaller size, but again, refills make it last for a long time. So that's it. That is the kid meal review for Satu'li Canteen, and as you can tell, Canteen, Disney seems to be using the word canteen as a way to tip off parents that, hey, if your kid's finicky, go somewhere else, because the Jungle Navigation Company Limited Skipper Canteen is also has a kids menu that's also very iffy for kids that are finicky or picky eaters. So that's this report from Disney's Animal Kingdom, Pandora, the World of Avatar, Satu'li Canteen Kids Meal, and I ate the food so you didn't have to.